Right, so today I watched Karen Emmanuelle for the second time, this time minus the audio commentary by the late Jack Douglas and the still living Larry Dan. Um, First thing that alerted me to the film is the bright pink lettering used for the opening and closing credits for the titles. I mean, pink. Uh, Lovely locations. Apparently, the house used for the exterior of the ambassador's residence, I think it was in Wembley. It doesn't look like Wembley, but it's a nice house. It very looks very similar to the house used for the exterior shots of You Rang My Lord, the sitcom, but yeah, I don't think it was the same house. Yeah, but like I said in my part one, which was a bit of an outtake, Larry Dan is a key figure throughout. They have a brief sexual encounter on the, but not like in the film with Sylvia Crystal. The bloke slides over, puts a blank towel over him, and basically takes her from the side, an aircraft seat. And the carry-on version, she beckons him to the toilet, which is surprisingly a lot more roomier than your normal conventional toilet. Anyway, it's kind of hinted on more than anything else. Um, but he becomes obsessed with her, begins to take a picture of it, then take a picture of her having various affairs with football players, the butler, the chauffeur, the football team, ambassadors and all that. And he keeps on trying to get to, look, I love you, marry me. She says, you can't marry like a girl like me. And eventually, this Larry Dan character, he goes to the papers and says, look, shows photographs, shows times, dates, who with. And so, part of the film, there's like the newspapers carry the story. Then it's all over the news. She's on a talk show being interviewed by Henry McGee, who then sees him live on the television. And he says, oh, well, what the hell, it won't hurt the ratings. Then the blue placard comes up. Normal service will be resumed shortly. So, but once that's it, Kenneth Williams' character then goes to a doctor and says, look, know what's happening downstairs. And he convinced him that it's psychological. And sure enough, when the butler's looking for the keyhole again, Joan Sims comes up and says, I don't believe it. She said, who was it this time? It's the ambassador himself. And then he tells his wife that the pill that she was having was actually fertility pills, not the pill. And then it cuts to the end sequence where she's in the hospital with Kenneth Williams, the football team, the butler, the chauffeur, and about 6 or 7 babies. And then the end credits come on. So it basically, she's frustrated because he's lost interest. So she basically becomes a raving nympho. And there's one scene where Kenneth Connor, being the chauffeur, is driving around Buckingham Palace, around Parliament Square, and he says, and somewhere that's near the Mall, where he says, you can do anything in front of them guards, and they have been trained not to blink an eye. And so she says to Kenneth Connor's character, "Take me to St James's Palace." And I mean, me and my good friend from Scunthorpe, Jeffrey Holger, walked past this very spot. We come out at the side, um, and so the Daimler pulls up to where there's two Grenadier guards with the bear hats and all that. And as was pointed out in the audio commentary, it's quite plainly obvious. While she's like unbuttoning her top, you don't see any tit, you just see the back of it, or you see the back like like this. So it's obviously it's obviously indicating that she's showing her tits to this guard. No expression. So she turns around, bends over, lifts her skirt up, show her pants. No reaction. So you see her hands out of shot, manoeuvring somewhere. You can guess what she's doing. She's moving her pants, waving them in front of the guard. No reaction. Well, that's brilliant. You're right. But the cliched joke is a well-groomed, obviously extra, who was dressed to the nines in the flares and everything, the well-groomed hair, obviously playing a stereotypical camp gay character. He walks past and goes, hello, Ducky. With that, the guard goes, winks and blows a kiss. Obviously, he's saying that the guard, if he'd been attracted to females, he would have winked at Susan Danielle. But the reason he didn't react was because the guard was gay. And this 1970s stereotypical gay, effeminate character, well groomed, nice shoes, 70s trousers, typical 70s, late 70s fashion, talks, hello, Ducky, and all that, winks and all that. And it turns out that obviously he's saying that the guard's gay, basically. He's not bothered about the female sex, he likes cock and balls. So, my personal view, rating of the film, like I say, if you're doing your research on Google or Yahoo and you click on reviews, you'll see large, I think Rotten Tomatoes, something like 17%, Empire giving it 1 out of 5. On the whole, the reviews are quite poor, quite negative. My own personal view, after watching it twice, once with the audio commentary and once, the thing is, the audio commentary is interesting. I would really want to watch all the current films and then watch them again with the audio commentary, because a lot of the people who do the audio commentaries sadly are no longer with us. A lot of them were done probably late 90s up to about 2003 at Power Studios. Karen Emmanuelle's no exception. I dated that to the year 2003 because the late Jack Douglas and Larry Dan, who do the audio commentary, curated by the author Robert Ross, says, when was this? It was 25 years ago. Now, the film was made in January, I think, 1978. It was April. Oh, January 1978. And it took just over 4 weeks to do. About 4.5 weeks, I think. And so 25 years from 1978 was 2003 when they did their audio commentary at Palm Studios. So my personal thoughts on it are It's it's God, how can I phrase it? I'll do that in part two.